The grandfather clock in the corner of the living room began its solemn chime, each gong a heavy pronouncement of the dying day. Liam, bathed in the cool, artificial glow of his laptop screen, flinched as the 12th and final strike echoed through the house, its resonance lingering for an unsettling moment longer than usual. The sudden, profound silence that followed felt heavy, almost suffocating. He lifted his head, his eyes scanning the familiar shadows of the dimly lit room. A strange sense of unease creeping up his spine. The house, usually a place of comfort, now felt foreign and watchful, as if the very air held its breath, waiting. He tried to dismiss the feeling, attributing it to late-night fatigue and an overactive imagination. But the quiet was too deep, too absolute. It was a silence that wasn't empty, but rather filled with an unseen, unheard presence. A sound, faint and ethereal, broke the stillness. It was a delicate, melodic tune, like a child's lullaby played on a distant tinny instrument, drifting down from the upper floor. It was a tune he had never heard before, yet it felt hauntingly familiar. A cold knot formed in his stomach, with a caution that felt instinctual. Liam closed his laptop and rose from his chair, his movements slow and deliberate. The old wooden stairs groaned under his weight as he began to ascend, the sound unnervingly loud in the quiet house. The camera, positioned low to the ground, tracked his hesitant steps, making the journey up into the darkness feel like a descent into something unknown and menacing. The music grew slightly louder as he reached the landing, leading him towards the attic, its door slightly ajar. Pushing it open, he found the source. A small, ornate music box, coated in a thick layer of dust, sitting in the middle of the floorboards. Its lid was open, and its tiny ballerina spun slowly, playing the distorted, melancholic lullaby all by itself. As the final drawn-out note of the music box faded into silence, another sound filled the void, a child's giggle. It was light and innocent, yet it echoed from the far end of the darkened hallway, with a chilling resonance that made the hairs on Liam's arms stand on end. His heart hammered against his ribs. Before he could process the sound, a small, shadowy figure darted across a distant doorway, a fleeting movement almost too quick for the eye to catch. It was a brief, indistinct shape, but undeniably the size of a small child. The blood drained from Liam's face, his skin turning pale and clammy. He stood, frozen, his feet rooted to the spot, a primal fear seizing every muscle in his body. The playful giggle now seemed like a taunt, a prelude to something far more sinister. The hallway before him was a black maw, and he knew with a certainty that defied logic that he was no longer alone. A singular, overwhelming instinct screamed at him. Run. He spun around, his only thought to get out, to escape the suffocating confines of the upper floor. But as he turned, the heavy oak front door at the bottom of the stairs slammed shut with a deafening bang that reverberated through the entire house. The sound was violent, final. His escape was cut off. He whipped his head back towards the hallway, his breath catching in his throat. The ghostly figure of the child was now standing there, at the very end of the hall, no longer a fleeting shadow, but a distinct, still silhouette against the oppressive darkness. It was unnervingly motionless for a long moment before, with a slow, deliberate grace, it lifted a small hand and pointed a single, accusatory finger directly at him, just as Liam's mind began to fracture under the weight of the terror. The figure dissolved, vanishing into the blackness, as if it were never there, leaving him utterly alone in the sudden, crushing silence.